and welcome back to Daybreak. Deb Uren, President of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Terry Stiles, Production Manager at OCTV, and welcome back to the studio.
Welcome back.
Wow.
It's now August 2020. When did you say was the last time I was here?
The last time was early February.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that something? That was snowy and cold and yucky,
Yes.
and now it's almost snowy and
I
cold
know.
and yucky.
You know, pretty soon we're going to be getting ready. You know, we're going to be getting ready to go back to
Oh, we've
school,
missed so much.
and you know that shopping is going to take place, and the winter weather is going to be here.
Yeah.
I don't
Shopping
know
for
where.
Christmas presents
I
already.
know. Where has the summer
know.
gone?
Really.
Oh, gee
You know,
whiz.
I think the summer was in hibernation as well this year. That COVID really knocked us all for a loop.
It certainly did.
But things are still happening in the village and in the community and downtown. And, and chamber.
It has not changed. And our chamber has been open throughout this whole process.
That's pretty amazing.
You know, even though we weren't in the office,
right?
Amy worked from home. What a fantastic executive director we have. Amy worked from home every day.
Yep.
She was on Zoom meetings, whether it be with the governor or with different chambers.
Oakland County Chamber.
Yep. And just providing as much information as was out there to be able to share and to share with our community. She was sharing information that the DDA was receiving from other sources. You know, by saying that, if you are not receiving our weekly email blast, please send a request to Amy at info at oxfordchamber.net. I'll tell you, we provide so much information, and that went out every week. Goes out on Monday mornings, and sometimes it was pages long because she had so much to share. And you wanted to help our businesses. The businesses, we were all closed. We were all closed for this.
And then when they were finally able to open up, you didn't know who had curbside services and who didn't. And boy, Amy was right on top of that.
She was right on top.
She was the axle that kept our business community running,
Absolutely.
I think, through that mess. And still is, really, because not only did the business community have COVID to deal with, and they're now dealing with that downtown mess. That beautiful mess that's going on downtown.
But you know,
it's really nice.
that has it's brought some history.
You
know, with that part of the what was it, the sewer system?
Catch drain.
Yes. And now, where did they end up putting that?
Out by Powell Lake Park, by the library on the Pollyann Trail.
Okay.
I can't remember. I know that it seems like the DPW had something to do with moving that.
Right.
And Linda,
you know, and it was it was it was a split second, decision as to, well, what do we do? Are we going to crack this thing, break it all up, and tow it away, or are we going to preserve this? And like I say, it's a part of history. We have a lot of historical homes here in the village of Oxford, and this is just yet another piece of history. And we were really hoping that something like this was going to show up.
Like the Rochester, you're walking down the sidewalk and there's that big piece of glass that you can look at. I'm not even sure what you're looking into. But it's really neat that they did that.
Exactly.
And so I think we did one better. Just because that's huge. That catch drain is huge.
I haven't seen it yet, but just to see the picture on Facebook there was just amazing. Totally amazing.
I'm really excited that the Pollyann Trail was willing to lend some space for that. I know that once they decided they were going to keep it, everybody was like, kind of NIMBY, not in my backyard. We don't have any space for it anywhere. So I'm glad that the Pollyann Trail
there's
did that.
land everywhere. There truly is. There's land everywhere, but to have something like that was like,
my goodness.
I would think that people would be fighting over it to want it.
I know. I want it. I don't have space in my backyard, but just to have, you know, they've got some bricks from the Smith silo that they've preserved. Why not do this as well?
Yes.
And that's 100 and some years old.
Right,
They
right.
figure, I think, that was put in there in the 20s, which is pretty incredible.
That is. And, you know, pictures have been shared. If you haven't seen that, pictures have been shared by the DDA going back to the days when it was all dirt.
You know, Glenn, for somebody not from this community, and I'm not even sure that they've moved into this surrounding area yet. I know it's been a rough road for Glenn.
Yes.
He sure does his research
Yes.
as far as history is concerned for this particular community, and he's dug up a lot of interesting stuff. I mean, he's the guy to talk to if you want to talk about the downtown history. Besides, and I will say Sue Basardi at the museum, and Brian's pretty good at it too for not growing up in this community, but Glenn, for being here the few short years that he's been here, he's done a lot of work.
You would think that he has been a lifelong resident here, just with all of that knowledge.
So much, right? And is adding to it. I like how the DDA and the chamber are beginning to work together. I think that's really, really important.
It's
I think for
imperative
years
that we do this.
There was a huge divide, and I think Glenn has helped bring that together because we're all working for the same thing, right?
We're
all working for the downtown.
all for the community. All for the community. We're here to help in any way possible. I was in the office yesterday with Amy, and you know, phone call came in, and it was somebody brand new to the community.
Oh, that's nice.
You know, and Amy and I are talking, and her assistant Sarah, who is outstanding. Sarah's she is fantastic. She's a real gem.
Great.
But you know, Sarah took the phone call, and she was answering these questions, and she, you know, and just hearing her side of it, I could tell this was somebody brand new to the community. She offered our welcome bag. You know, you can come in, you can pick it up at either the village office, or you can pick it up at the township office, whichever is closest to you. And we have a wealth of information in there from our chamber members. So, you know, it's just, and I said to Amy, I says, boy, I said, these phone calls come in. She says, Deb, on a daily basis, we are receiving phone calls. So I like the fact that people know to reach out to the chamber as their first step into trying to figure out, you know, where do I go? Do you have information? What's the phone number?
Right, the networking that you can do through the chamber is incredible.
It is.
Amy's got her finger on the pulse of what's happening in the community, but she also knows the history, and if she doesn't, she will certainly direct you to who does.
And there's so many just find out and get back to you too.
Right. So many of us involved. I'm involved with the chamber, and I'm really grateful to be so. There's just so many people that I've met through the chamber, and I've been in this community since '81.
Exactly.
So the chamber's a great source.
Great resource. Yep.
So those letters still come out. It's not like, okay, everything's coming back to normal. Amy does that
all the time.
52 weeks out of the year, right?
She's working on it sometimes even on Monday morning before she sets that send button. So, So, right now we're just going to take a real quick break, but don't go away. We'll be right back, okay? Welcome back to Daybreak. I'm Deb Uren, Vice President of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce. I think I said president because I was the president for like 5 years. But I am the Vice President of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce.
That happened in January, right?
Right.
And I'm Terry Stiles, Production Manager at OCTV. And yay, we're back.
We're back. We've been talking about the Chamber, and I just wanted to make a comment about some upcoming things that we have going on with the chamber. Even though, you know, we've been through this COVID and all of this, we continue to get new chamber members on a regular basis. So with that being said, we are going to have our, it's going to be a virtual orientation for our members, But even if you are a member in good standing, you can still get onto this orientation. If you've read your email, or if you have not received the email, once again, just send your RSVP to info@oxfordchamber.net, and Amy will send you a response in return so that you'll know the Zoom meeting, which I think by now everybody knows how to use Zoom. I have been on more meetings than I care to even really think about, but really, thank goodness we've had that tool that we can use, because without that, there'd be really no communication.
Yeah, that's right. And you still feel like you're staying in touch with the community. I actually have done a couple Zooms in my pajamas even. So
you just go put your camera
don't show
on.
Everybody.
Well, the chamber board, I mean, we've had every one of our board meetings, and our next one is still going to be on Zoom. We're still not meeting in person, but thank goodness that we do have Zoom. I have to say, I'm very glad. And I've certainly learned a lot. Prior to this, I think I've been on maybe just a handful of Zoom meetings, and never had my camera on. I never wanted. I didn't really know, what
and
was
you're sitting right there beside, and that's kind of uncomfortable close up. But you have the option, so you can stay in your jammies and go to meetings, which has been nice. Right.
So that orientation is going to be on August 18th. And I think she said she's going to have it at noon. Yes, noon. And as long as you get that RSVP into her by August 14th, you'll be able to get in and get that email back to you and all that Zoom information. So, wealth of information. And so many of our members, they've been members for many, many years, and they might forget what all we as the chamber offer as just part of your regular standard membership. Because there's a lot of things like the welcome bags. I spoke about them earlier. And those welcome bags, as part of your membership, if you have any flyers, any information, any little token gifts that you're giving to your clients or something, you put that in those welcome bags, and those welcome bags go to all the new residents that come into the chamber. I'm sorry, not into the chamber, but come into the village, whether they're coming to the village offices or the township offices, they're going to get a welcome bag. And that's just a great way for you to advertise. And I want to say you're advertising for free, but it just is part of, it's not in addition to your membership. So great way to get your name out there and let people be aware. Our directories also go in there, which many of us,
they're handy.
They're very handy. I mean, you've got everybody's number at your fingertips.
That's right. Yeah.
So, once again, that orientation on August 18th. Then we're going to be having another virtual lunch and learn. This one's going to be hosted by Brian Burney from Burney Directive. And I don't know what his topic is going to be, but the last time we had a lot of people in attendance, and we were talking about Facebook and how to, really get your name out there to promote, whether it be your business or just to learn a little bit more about, promoting yourself. So many of us know just the basics, and the basics will get you by. But when you have somebody who does this for a living, I mean, he's there to create websites. His business has been around for a very long time. And Brian he's just a very kind young man who is very willing to talk with everybody and just very knowledgeable. So that's going to be in September. I don't have the date as of yet. I know that Amy and he are locking in on a date. I want to say it's going to be mid-month, but listen to those, see your emails that are coming in, and then we'll make sure to bring it up on our next Daybreak.
And there's a lot to be said for media marketing. I mean, that's what it is now.
Exactly, especially
so he's
now.
the guy to tap into.
Yes. And we're still having our Coffee Connects. Now, this one for August we did not have because it was voting day.
Oh, that's right.
And so we wanted everybody to focus in on voting, whether it be, a mail-in voting or you're coming right into the office to vote into your stations that you're supposed to be at. So we did not want to take that time away from people. So that's why we did not have that Coffee Connect. Now, Coffee Connects, once again, we had them on Zooms. And the time before in July, they did actually have one in person. You were there.
I was. It was
Yeah.
very nice. We stood 6 feet apart in a great big circle. It was really neat. Outside, it was a beautiful sunny morning. And so OCTV does those hard hat specials. We'll talk about that more later. But
Yes.
we ended up getting 2 people that weren't really that aware of what it was. So I was
Really?
able to explain what we could do for them and their advertising. So it turned out really well for OCTV and for those 2 businesses that we featured. It was really
Wonderful.
nice. Yeah.
Well, good. So
There were quite a few people.
I know that in September, weather permitting, we're undoubtedly going to
Try
have
to do
another
it.
one
That's good.
outside this time because it really is important to see people.
face to face, yeah.
It truly is.
You could get inundated with information from your Zooms and your computers, and it's easy to lose track of whatever it was that came in at you. But when you're talking to somebody face to face and you're getting their information, that sticks. It's just,
It does.
it's social. It's social.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Just
to be
like this
said
is
for
right
being
now.
social.
And for those businesses, Oakland County provided these reopen kits.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that the village still has some available. So even if you're a new business, if you're a business that is just now finally able to reopen, by all means, go into the village offices and say, I'm here, I'm such and such a business, and I'd like one of the reopen kits that you have that the Oakland County has provided. It is free to you. All you're doing is just signing your name, saying what business you are, and that's really it. And you're getting a large tote, and it has gloves in there, it has masks in there, it has a thermometer.
Oh, yeah,
thermometer,
yeah, those
the
are expensive.
sanitizers.
Yeah.
So by all means, Oakland County has provided this. And by all means, please take advantage of that. And it's just another way of being able to help you out. So with that being said, we're going to take just another real quick break. But don't worry, we're going to be right back with our final segment, okay?
Woke up and for the first time, the animals were gone. Our clocks are ticking now, so before our time is gone, I cover my eyes, still all I see is you.
Welcome back to Daybreak. Deb Uren, Vice President of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Terry Stiles, Production Manager at OCTV.
And let's talk hard hat specials.
Let's
we
talk
talked about it
OCTV.
briefly, but let's now talk
Yeah.
what OCTV is doing for your community.
So hard hat specials, the Chamber came up with that for the businesses downtown. We're trying to drive people to those businesses, drive around, and I don't mean to say that in pun, but to try to get people to shop local. OCTV is interviewing business owners, and a lot of the businesses do have some kind of special going on throughout this hard hat time frame, and we're featuring what that is, what that hard hat special is, what the business is all about, reminding people that that business is there, introducing new people to the owners of that business, or reintroducing people that have been around to the businesses. We've done about probably 8 to 10 of them so far.
Wonderful.
We've had good response. I think the businesses have had a good response. We are also featuring the ribbon cuttings. Believe it or not, people are opening businesses downtown
Yes.
during this difficult time, but it's for the better for the community. That's
Absolutely.
for sure.
We're going to be doing, what is it, Main Street Boutique?
Yes,
Yes.
That will be one of our next ribbon cuttings coming up. So what we're doing with those hard hat specials, we're putting them on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page. We are also putting them in our community access as a feature, that half-hour program. And then we're also just kind of dispersing them throughout our schedule. So if you keep an eye on OCTV Charter Channel 191 or AT&T Channel 99, you'll see them dispersed throughout the schedule.
Right.
So we're trying to blast the whole community with all these features. We've done, oh gosh, I couldn't even name them all. Alexis has really been dancing. Alexis and Stephen and River have really been dancing. Getting the interviews done, it's not an easy task. We go out there, we have to set up that time frame, we do the interview, we shoot whatever items they have featuring, then we edit that, and then we get it on the air. So it's per business, it's about a 5 to 6 hour commitment, and it's been good because our staff came back to work in June, most of them. We still have a couple that aren't coming back yet. So it's given us something to focus on and get geared up again. It takes a while to get your mind in gear. Oh, we're going to go right back to work again after being off for 3 months. So it's been wonderful. Alexis left for a while, went to a Lansing station and found that a big television station is not what she wants.
Oh.
She really wants to be a spokesperson for a business, for an entity. So right now she's doing exactly what she wants to do, which is really nice. She came back to us. We're lucky to have her back. River hit the ground running when he first started here in September-ish. I might be wrong on that, but I think it was last fall that we got River. Yeah, it was right before Alexis left in November. And Stephen is new. So if you see somebody with a camera, wave at them. They're here to help you out. And if there's any other businesses that belong to the chamber that would like to get involved in the hard hat specials, you don't even have to have a special for that week. We've had a couple that just can't do specials right now because they're barely getting going again. So it's hard hat special just to feature your business. So give Amy a call. I'm really bad on telephone numbers because it's right in my phone and I hit Amy. So go to the website and contact Amy.
Isn't that terrible?
Or you can get that chamber telephone number anywhere you want it.
And how much does that cost to have that?
It's free.
Say that again, please.
It's free. So we're thrilled to dedicate our time to help the chamber that's helping the businesses. We're thrilled to help the businesses. The chamber is not charging and we're not charging, and this can be up to a 10-minute commercial.
Can you imagine?
If you did that with a big production company, it would cost tens of thousands of dollars.
Exactly. So our businesses,
the chamber
I do want to give you the chamber phone number.
Oh, thank you.
248-628-0410. I thought that was it. I didn't want to say it and have it be wrong, so I did have to look it up. I'm going to admit it, but because it's on speed dial for me.
I couldn't call my sons if I had to, if I didn't have a phone.
I know. But really, this is such a wonderful opportunity. I mean, having OCTV worked so closely with the chamber, and we're just always there trying to help our community, our businesses, everybody. So this is something, a once in a lifetime really, to have this opportunity to be able to promote your business. And like Terry said, even if you don't have a special, just being there and letting the community know that maybe, oh, I didn't know they did
open,
that. And now they're finally open. Thank goodness. Let's go and make a visit. So
I do know that the businesses that we have featured have had a good response.
Wonderful.
So they're watching. Our viewership is growing on Facebook and on YouTube. More on that than we can't keep track of what we're airing.
Okay.
We can't keep track of those numbers, but we're seeing our numbers grow on Facebook. And so Connie Miller does free meals,
Okay.
and she did a little PSA because they need more food, and she's gotten a huge response. So people are watching,
And what's
I
that
think
all
they
about?
want to watch local right now.
What's the?
Free meals every Wednesday at
Okay.
the Methodist Church. Connie and her team, or there's other various teams that put meals together, and people in the community that need help go get those meals. So normally throughout the year, it's about 43 families, 43 people. The numbers have been growing. Last week, it was 151.
Oh my goodness.
And so the school has been supplying food. So not only is Connie supplying the meals, but they're giving out groceries as well. Well, that's going to drop off August 19th. The school will not be doing that any longer because they're going to have school back in session.
Right, and
so Connie put the word out, any donations, if people want to donate food or groceries, they can do it here at the chamber office, at the township office, and if I'm not mistaken, the Parks and Recs here at the township.
Oh, okay.
They can drop off food, or like Connie says, $3 a week really helps.
Wow.
And so that she's gotten a huge response from that just in the last week.
Fantastic.
So I know that the businesses are getting viewership as well. And I just want to brag a little bit about OCTV. We won 3 grants from Fort Community.
Wonderful.
Fort County Community Foundation. And we're working on that as well. So we have senior programming going on. That's part of the grant. We have Read Me a Story, which we've done before, but that we got a grant to continue that, and also Kids Kitchen from Freedom Kitchen with Lisa Gendez.
Yes.
I think that's how you say
Yes.
her name. I mess her name up every time, but so that's what OCTV is doing. We are like hitting the ground running. For a while it was just myself and Bill and Connie alternating in here at one person at a time, but we're all back except for one.
Well, it's great to have you guys. We're glad to be back. We hope that you're happy to see us, because we are certainly happy to be here. With that being said, we're going to close for now, and until next time, take care, stay safe, stay healthy.
And thanks, River Talk, for getting us on the air.
Yes, thank you, River. Have a great day, everybody.
If you see a teen or adult suddenly collapse, it's important to act fast. Helping to save a life is easier than you might think. Just start hands-only CPR. The first step is to send someone to call 911 or call 911 yourself. Then get directly over the victim. Put the heel of one hand in the center of the chest. Then put your other hand on top of the first. Then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. It's important to push at a rate of at least 100 beats per minute, which is about the same tempo as the song Stayin' Alive. Let's hope you never have to use hands-only CPR, but if you see a teen or adult suddenly collapse, don't be afraid to try it. Remember, call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Your actions can help save a life. To learn more, call 877-AHA-4CPR or visit heart.org/hands-only CPR.